If you're struggling to even hit record and start the process of filming content and posting content, then I'm making this video for you. Because what is performing in 2025, and I'm assuming also 2026, what's performing is changing vastly. So I want to talk about maybe a couple of the main reasons that held me back from posting content consistently, and those might relate right into why you're struggling to post content consistently. So I think the way that people are both consuming but also creating content is changing. I'm gonna kind of break this down into like the old way and then what I perceive to be the new way. The old way was sitting down once a month, for example, and like batching all your content out for the month, having all your scripts written out right then and there on a teleprompter, sitting down in your office or wherever and filming a month's worth of content for your business, for your company, for your personal brand, all at once. And there's no problem with that. And I think that that still works in certain industries and depending on your offer and what you're talking about and your subject matter and all that stuff. But for me, that doesn't feel aligned anymore. In just a minute, I'm gonna get into like the new way and what's working for me and what I think is working for a lot of people and what's probably gonna work for you. But the problem with this old way of like, you hear like, batch your content once a month, spend like an hour a month making content and then be done with it. The problem with that is your content is the lifeline of your business. You're bringing new people into your brand, into your ecosystem, as well as nurturing current people in your audience that are going to be soon customers. So creating content, in my opinion, is one of the most highest leveraged tasks that a founder can do for their business. Yet there's this narrative of like, create a month's worth of content in an hour. Like it just doesn't really make sense given how leveraged of a task creating content as the founder is. And the problem with sitting down and batching a month's worth of content in like an hour or two or half a day or whatever is some of those videos are gonna feel good and some aren't. Like you're forcing it. You're sitting down there when you may not even be inspired to make content at all in the first place, and you're forcing this task of making content for the next month so you can check it off your to-do list. The problem with that is nowadays the content that is performing is the authentic stuff, the content that you can feel that the person has conviction in what they're talking about, conviction, excitement, passion. And when you're just sitting there reading a script and you're doing 30 videos at once when maybe you don't even want to be in the first place, your audience is gonna sense that. People are gonna sense that. Then your content's not gonna perform, and then you're going to be led to believe that content doesn't work and it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. I see this all the time from business owners. The reason why that doesn't work for the founder is because it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel aligned to their style, to how they want to tell their story and share content. And I'm integrating, this is the key of the video that I'm starting to hint at. I'm integrating the way I make content with my life, which is the new way that I believe the top creators are making their content. They are figuring out how they can make content in a way that's aligned with their lifestyle and just their style in general. The best performing content right now is the content that you see, and I'm pretty sure something's gonna pop into your head, like a video you've seen when I'm explaining this, but it's like that authentic feeling content that when you watch it, it's like that person is passionate about what they do. That person has conviction in what they do. It doesn't really matter like the format or the editing style or any of that stuff anymore. What matters is if the content style is in alignment with what feels good to you. And I think that is the key. That is the new style of content production that's breaking through the noise in a world that is very noisy. With AI, I mean, I think there's a stat on Instagram. I think there's like twice the amount of content being posted on a daily basis now as opposed to like a year or two ago because of AI. It's never been more noisy. Yet, there's a handful of creators from small to medium to massive audiences who are crushing it because they have figured out the type of content that they can commit to, that they enjoy making, that feels aligned, and they're crushing it. Now, I may be wrong. about all this. Maybe we go back to the hyper edited Alex Hormozy, colors on the screen, crazy text, crazy editing. Maybe we go back to that, I don't know. But what I know right now, at least for me, is that creating more of this like authentic, aligned content feels really good. And I know that it is working also because recently I've gotten more messages than I have in a while from people I know, from current or past students, from just people, from you guys who follow me, letting me know that you really like the latest videos that I've been posting. And I've really been trying to embody this myself recently, like really just creating content when I feel inspired versus like forcing my content, and really only like posting when I feel like I have something that's post worthy, instead of just checking another box. Content done for the week, content done for the month, done, check box, post it, ship it. That's the old way. That content, there's almost actually no point in doing that because I just don't think that that type of content even works. So if that's what you're doing, like, in my opinion, you might as well just not even be doing it. So far in this video, the main point that I really wanted to drive home is that if you're struggling to post content right now, maybe the way you're making the content in one form or another, whether it's the way you're scripting it, filming it, editing it, how you're posting it, when you're posting it, something about that probably feels out of alignment for you. And that's why you're struggling to post content. It's not that posting content is difficult, it's that I think you're out of alignment. If you have true expertise, and I think this is why so few people post long form content, is because it's easy to go on ChatGPT, have it give you a quick script, film a quick reel, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, one quick thought. You can almost just memorize that, recite it, and you're done. If you can't talk long form about your subject matter, especially short form, if you can't talk for 30 seconds about your subject matter, like maybe you need to get better at what you do. Because if you were excellent at what you do, it shouldn't be that difficult to turn on the camera, flip out your phone, whatever, and start to talk about that and post that. Now again, maybe it's because, like I said, the way you're making your content is out of alignment, and you probably are. To be honest, you probably are an expert in whatever subject you talk about. And this probably isn't the case. Like, it really is probably you're just out of alignment with how you're creating your content. That's a much easier problem to solve. But if you're like, no, that's not me, like I have a pretty good process for it, I feel good about it, I just like, whenever I turn the camera on, I just don't know what to talk about. Like, if you can't come up with like 20 is maybe a lot, 10 topics off the dome regarding what your clients want to hear, need to be educated about, maybe it's time to get better at what you do before you even think about starting to post content, because posting content is just going to amplify the thoughts and ideas and opinions that you have. And if you're posting content from like not really a place of like depth, then yeah, this is why posting content seems difficult for you over and over again. Or even if you are posting it, why it's not performing. Because I think blaming the algorithm is BS. I think that if your content isn't getting seen and you're being consistent, it's probably just not that good. So look, like, moral of the story, like the point I really want to hammer home in this video, if you're struggling to post content consistently, my best guess is that you're out of alignment, and maybe you're just seeing what I'm doing or seeing what someone else is doing, and you're just trying to like copy paste what's working for them. What's working for them probably isn't going to work for you. I've been making YouTube videos for over 10 years. When I was like 15 years old, I was making dumb skateboarding videos, skits with my friends, and paintballing videos, and just like everything that I was passionate about, I was making videos on and posting. And I've literally been on this platform ever since. I've had my waves of like going ghost and then coming back. But overall, you know, between YouTube, Instagram, those are probably my main platforms. I have been posting content for over 10 years, and I'm still trying to figure out what works best for me and what people want to see. That's the other thing, you're always gonna have to be innovating and changing. And so if you're just copying someone else, when they pivot to, you know, what's next for them, you're just gonna have to follow in their footsteps and like adapt to their new style, and you're always gonna be behind. That is not a fun place to make content from. That is not a fun place to do business from. So I hope this bit of a rant was valuable. If it was, please let me know. Please drop a comment, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you want me to make more of this type of content, just kind of raw, authentic. I mean, I did prepare, but like, guys, it only took me about 5, maybe 10 minutes to put some notes together to film this video. I had an idea, I was inspired, wrote a couple notes, boom, I have a system for easily sitting down and recording it, and I'm gonna ship this off to my editor and they're gonna get it posted, so I have a system for that as well. I just have a system that works for me. So anyways, if you want more of these videos, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I don't know, and maybe I won't continue to make these videos. So if you like this, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.